Can you live small? Have you ever thought about living in a tiny house or living full-time in an RV, but you're really like, can I live tiny? Well, I have been living in 190-ish square feet for almost 7 years in this RV. Been living in an RV for more than 8 years. Today I'm going to show you 8 years of RV living experience, 7 years in this RV, all the changes I've made, all the storage hacks. I'm even going to let you peek inside my drawers and cupboards to show you what it's really like to live full-time in a tiny space. All the ins and outs, all my secrets, all my tips for managing my entire life, everything I own is in this RV. So managing your entire life in a tiny space. Stay tuned.
Nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
Hey, are you here for the tour?
Yes.
Awesome. So I've got a couple questions for you first. Number one, are you a germaphobe?
No way.
Are you a clean freak?
No.
All right. And you also recognize that I'm inviting you into my home, right? And it may not be the way you live in your house, but this is my home and I'm inviting you in as a courtesy. You realize that, right?
Yes.
So if you get triggered by things, keep that to yourself, okay? All right, come on in. Before I start the tour, why don't I tell you all about my RV. This is a 2005 Itasca Spirit. It's made by Winnebago. It's 24 feet long. It has a Ford E450 Super Duty chassis V10. I love it. It's 6.8 liters, super powerful. It had 57,000 miles on it when I bought it. I have about 147,000 miles on it now. Thanksgiving will be 7 years since I have been in this RV. And if you want to see the tour and how I bought it and some tips for negotiating price and getting the best price and finding an RV, I'm going to put a whole playlist in the video description below of related videos. This RV is almost 20 years old, and I recently just did some calculations. I determined that a 25-year-old RV that I have been living in full-time for almost 7 years, you know how like dogs have dog years, like every year of human life, they say, it's kind of a myth, is 7 years in dog life? Well, I figure every year you live in an RV is equal to about 12 RV years. Right? Because people use their RVs normally maybe at best a month a year. We live in it 12 months a year. So 1 month of recreational RV use equals 12 months of residential RV use. So I did some math a while ago and I figured my RV is over 100 in RV years. So as we go through the tour today, keep that in mind. These are recreational vehicles. We turn them into residential vehicles. They are not meant to be lived in. And I did a whole video, I think last week, about how I would rather save money than look like what society tells me I should look like, both me and my RV. And so this is a 100-plus-year-old RV. Just remember that as we do the tour today. But a few more details about this RV, but let me get my coffee. So my freshwater tank is 32 gallons. I've been thinking it was 42 gallons for the longest time. I just found my manual the other day. It's actually 32 gallons. I can go 10 to 14 days on a tank of fresh water, living solo, boondocking. My black and gray tanks total more than 30 gallons. I've never had a problem with my tanks filling up because I usually need water first, and so I dump my tanks and get water at the same time. I have a propane tank that runs and it's about 11-gallon propane tank. It runs my stove and my oven and my refrigerator when I'm boondocking. When I'm plugged in, my refrigerator is supposed to switch over and run on AC, but it doesn't. It's not working. So I'm running on propane on my refrigerator all the time. I have 2 golf cart batteries in here. I changed those out. I had one 12-volt when I started. I think one 12-volt, and I changed them out for golf cart batteries just because people say you get more watt hours for the money. That's the last 2 times I've had to change my batteries, which are about every 3 years, living full time, not having perfect charge and discharge every day, just because that's the nature of boondocking. I installed my own inverter a couple years. It's about 1,000-watt inverter, and that runs everything from the battery. So I have a power cord that plugs into the inverter. It changes battery power, which is DC, into AC, so I can plug in all my electronics. I did not install a pure sine wave inverter, and that's worked fine for me. Like I plug my laptops in with no problem. My fans run a little weaker, so I do have the Bluetti for that, and we're going to get to that in a minute. I think that's all the logistics of the RV. So do you want to start the tour? All right, let's start in the back and work our way up to the front. I have the corner bed style here in the 24-foot RV. I have the bathroom in the corner. I have all of this storage up above. I've got 1, 2, 3 cabinets of storage up above. I have a closet here. I have a closet here with my full-length mirror. So I've got this nice sink area here. I keep a bowl in here all the time so that when I wash my hands, I save the water. This is one of the ways I'm able to make water, my 30 gallons, last 10 to 14 days. So inside, I'm going to show you how I've got everything stored in here. This is my nice sized medicine cabinet. Up here, I have a tension bar so that the bigger things can just hang out up there without falling out. And for down here, I bought these little plastic containers, which come in handy in all of my RV. We'll see more later, but everything is stored and organized here. And I have the storage under here. So there's a ton of storage in this RV. And then, of course, here, one of the best storage hacks for anybody who lives in a tiny space or RV is the hanging shoe rack, where you can store all kinds of things. I have clothespins in here. I have my Ziplocs in here. And yes, I save my Ziploc bags. I use them as many times as I can. I have my hair cutting kit in here. And hair supplies and laundry supplies and all kinds of things. All right. So then the bathroom. So I found this net thing that you can just attach to the wall, and it's really convenient. I use a squeegee to squeegee down my shower every time I use it, and store a couple other things here in my bathroom. Really convenient. So this is my bathroom. It came with the shower rod, which I use for extra clothes. I have way too many clothes. I have a fruit basket in here, which I usually hang up in the front when I'm parked for a long time, but I haven't been doing that. My laundry basket is in here. Sadie's food is stored in here, and other cleaning supplies and extras are stored inside here. I have this nice shelf here, which came with the RV, and I store my toilet paper up there with a tension rod. And this is one of the hacks that I just started doing. So my towels stay here, but they kept flopping out. When when I'm using the toilet, they're like way close. So I just put a tension rod here to hold them back and hold them in place. The toilet paper holder came with the RV, so that's my bathroom. Oh, and I have these were built in. I think most RVs have these, so I can easily store my washcloths and my hand towels. I love the corner bed. It's really hard to make. It's harder to change the sheets. I've kind of gotten really good at making it using my feet and stuff in the morning. But I have a ton of storage. I have this huge storage up here. My jeans are up here. My hoodies. I have some things in the corner over here because this does go all the way through. That's nice. And this cupboard goes all the way back. All the way back. And then up here, I keep like mostly bedding and sheets and extra clothes because I have too many clothes. I just cleaned out a bunch of clothes. It's ridiculous. So bedding and stuff like that. But I also have bedding in here. So I use pillow covers for storage. So I've also got my flannel sheets for winter in here. And then I just put that back there. I also use this. This has socks and stuff in it. And this has winter clothes and pajamas in it. So decoration and storage. And up here is all my millions of pairs of leggings, because that's what I wear 99% of the time. So I don't even know how many pairs of leggings I have. I also have this shelving unit if that's what you want to call it. I think it's a shoe rack that you can put together. I measured it specifically for this closet here, and I put it together. It's just got metal tubes and plastic frame and cloth covering, and it makes perfect shelves that you can make as high or as low as you want. Really cool. I'm going to put a link below to my Amazon. There'll be this video will be there with everything that I can think of that you're going to see in this video. If you want to check it out, everything will be tagged, really easy to shop and buy. And I think this is a genius solution for RV living and tiny living. It's really flexible as far as what you can do with it and where you can put it. In here, I have t-shirts. I have my shorts right now. Long sleeve shirts will go in there when it's winter again. All my tank tops, and again, using this little shoe rack shelving unit, which is perfect. This shelf right here, I don't know if you can see it, came with the RV, and I just store books on there. And then this is something this is where my clothes that are in rotation go. This is where my clothes that are in rotation go. This is where I store what I sleep in, and this is I wear things more than once before I do laundry, especially when I'm by myself and I'm in a drier climate. I do a lot more laundry here in this humid climate. But the clothes that are in rotation, you know, that I've worn once, but I don't want to put it away, I just put in here and stuff it in the corner, and that's where it stays. All right. Then I have this closet here, and this is where I store my winter coats, my flannels and things like that. All of Sadie's treats. She's got a whole container here of treats and food. And then in the back is my NutriBullet is back there. My big blender is back there, and extra shoes. So this goes back really far, and there's a lot of storage in here. Just miscellaneous stuff. Oh yeah, and this one here had a bar. This was a closet that you could hang things in, but that's all a lot of wasted space. So I went ahead and put the shelves in, and look at that. So now I have places I can store a lot more than if I was just hanging stuff. And up here is this awesome gear net that I found. So I just attached it to the wall on either side, and I store bags in here. Every bag, because everything comes in these plastic bags these days, and I don't want to just throw them away. So I use these on my sink in a container for my wet garbage. And then the bigger bags, and you'll see I have one in here, the bigger bags, like that come with big things that you buy. Sorry, my garbage can probably is filthy. I use these for garbage bags. Any bag that's big enough to put all my garbage in, rather than buy garbage bags or use the plastic bags from grocery stores, I just save all the bags I find. Look at that. This came in something, probably a Blue Eddy. So why throw it away? Save that for garbage. And this gear net is really cool, and I just decorated it, put some lights in it so it looks pretty while it also stores things. Down here is my underwear drawer. A couple other things in here. I attached this plastic container to the wall, and I keep like a flashlight in there. I keep some essential oils like lavender oil and stuff in there. I have a cup holder in the back, which is where I actually usually put my phone there, but there's also Velcro on the wall, and I have a Velcro on the back of my phone cover. I have Velcro on the back of my phone, so I can just stick it to the wall, so I do that sometimes. I also added a shelf over here, and that's just nice just to put a couple lights and things like that. And if I ever do sit back here and read or write, I have extra space to put like a cup of tea or something. So another thing that's changed over the years since I moved into my RV is the need for a portable fan, in addition to my fantastic fans in the ceiling. And with the portable fan, I especially need this spending the summers in the east where the humidity is, I mean, it's only 82 degrees in here right now, and it's ridiculous. And in order to run this all the time when I'm boondocking, it has become really important to carry a backup portable power station with me in my RV. Not just for the fan in the summer, but for a portable heater in the winter, to run my laptop, to run my Starlink after dark, because my solar and my inverter isn't quite enough to tie me over after dark. I have been carrying a portable power station on board, and Bluetti has become my portable power station of choice. And today, look at this. I have a new one. I want to tell you about it. That is a smaller, more lightweight, just a little over 20 pounds, and a much more affordable solution for those of you who don't have huge power needs. I have been testing portable power stations for quite a while now, and for the last year or so I have been a proud partner of Bluetti, and Bluetti is sponsoring today's video, and I'm super excited about the Bluetti AC70P for you guys, because a lot of you have been asking me for something that's lighter. Look at this, it's just 20 pounds, and something that's a little more affordable. So this is the most affordable option I have seen, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. For under $1,000, you're gonna get 1,000 watts of rated power, you're gonna get 2,000 watts with lifted power, and you're gonna get a 950 watt turbocharge, which is gonna go 45 minutes from 0 to 80. So it charges really fast, and you have multiple ways to charge it. You can plug it into your car cigarette lighter. You're going to be able to charge it using your solar panels. You're going to be able to charge it by plugging it into an AC outlet, or doing both solar and AC at the same time. It's got 8 ports, so you have USB, you've got 2 AC ports. Oh, and check this out. It is now almost 5 o'clock. I plugged my fan in this morning at 8. It's been running all day long. You can see it's pulling 57 watts. And you know what else is really cool? You can view all this on the app. There is a Bluetti app that works with this, so it works like a remote control. And I love that, because when I'm laying in bed at night, if I have the fan on, and I can just use the app to turn the fan off, or actually to turn the Bluetti off, which turns the fan off without ever getting out of bed. I use that a lot for my Starlink, because you know I use the Bluetti portable power stations in my everyday life now, living on the road, because my Starlink takes a lot of power that my on-board installed solar and inverter don't handle after dark. So that's why this is becoming an invaluable addition to my RV life. So yeah, with the app, you can just remote control everything, and I've only used 56% of the battery, the Life P04 battery, which is super reliable, industry leading. And I've only used that in, 9 hours? I know a lot of you are looking for something a little smaller than some of the versions I've been showing you for your van life, or to take with you camping, or even as a backup power source for your sticks and bricks in case of an emergency. And this is the perfect solution. Almost anybody is going to be able to lift 20 pounds versus 40, 60, and more for some of the bigger ones that I have been showing you. And what I love about Bluetti products is this is going to come with a 5-year warranty, and they have excellent customer support should you ever have any questions or need any help with your portable power station. The Life P04 battery is going to last at least 10 years. So when you're thinking about the investment you're going to make in your backup power source, think about that cost over 10 years. It's nothing. I love the AC70P for many of you. If you have been on the fence, if you've been waiting for something that's more affordable, that is going to suit your needs more than many of the beast powerhouses that I've shown you, check out the link in the video description below and use my discount code to get a special offer for my viewers only, and make sure you never run out of power ever again. Check it out. Look it. Okay. Ugh. It's kind of hard to do sitting down. Okay, watch. I'll curl it. Ooh, hey, I can. Look at that. Yeah, let's get back to some of the other things that are different in my RV from when I first started and when I first bought the RV. What should we look at next? This is my lovely tiny kitchen. For me, having an oven is a necessity, and that's part of the reason I could never live in a van. I love to cook. I try to eat whole foods as much as I can. I like to cook, I like to bake in the winter, and living in an RV, baking in the winter serves dual purpose. Not only do you get yummy baked things, but you also heat up your RV, so you're getting double use of your propane, which I love. So if I'm really, really cold in the winter, and especially if my batteries are getting kind of low, I'll just bake potatoes, and then I'll bake maybe some pumpkin bread, and it really helps warm it up in here. So I have my 3-burner gas stove. I've got my oven. I have a microwave, which I never use, partly because I'm never plugged in and I can't run it off the battery. I use it a little bit when I'm plugged in, but I use it for storage, snacks and nuts and things like that. I especially keep open things in here, like nuts and things that mice might get to. I keep it in there so mice don't get to it, because mice can be a problem. Down here, I have where I store all of my pans, and it goes all the way back, the depth of my refrigerator, so there's plenty of room for all my pans. And check out the new bowls I just bought for Sadie. I don't think she liked eating and drinking out of stainless steel, so she wasn't drinking enough, so I decided to try ceramic, and I got 2 of them. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? I will put links to those along with all of the links to everything that you see in here. Alright, and down here I've got 3 drawers. I've got one for silverware, one for all my other kitchen stuff, and then a junk drawer on the bottom. And underneath the sink, again, plenty of storage. And inside I have all my cleaning supplies, and then I have a container for more kitchen stuff that I use on a regular basis. Wooden spoons, spatulas, things like that. And then this is of course my sink. It is a double sink, but I only use this part of it because this part really is unnecessary, and it helps increase my counter space. And then up here, of course, more storage. Look at all the storage this RV has. So I store all my vitamins here, my plates, all kinds of stuff, spices, and everything again is organized in these bins. Having everything organized in bins not only helps keep you organized and helps you to be able to find things when you need them, but it also helps keep the mess down after you travel, because things go flying, things jump around, and when you open your cabinet doors, things can often come flying out. It happens a lot. But having things in the bins prevents that. The bins don't usually slide out completely on their own, but I'll show you in a minute my other cupboard where I keep like mason jars and things like that. Those do tend to come flying out, so the bins really help avoid spills and conks on the head when you're traveling. I used to have blinds here, but I took the blinds down and put curtains here instead, and I really like the curtains. I had metal blinds and they were just always gross and ugly. I put these curtain rod holders. They're just adhesive. They just stick to the wall, and they've actually been adhering really, really well. I'm having a problem in this humidity with a lot of adhesives not doing very well, but these are holding really well. I also remodeled this last year. These are just adhesive squares, really easy to install. I actually never quite finished it. And look at, I even found this pepper grinder on Amazon that kind of matches. Isn't this beautiful? Again, I'll put the link to this below. My refrigerator is a refrigerator and a freezer, and it's small. It's an RV refrigerator, but it works for me. Up here is all my office stuff. Everything office. You know, I have a lot of office stuff because I work in my RV. And then up here in the other one is more cooking stuff. So baking and raw flours and things like that. And then back here, even more storage. This RV came with this beautiful built-in cabinets and storage. I absolutely love this because oftentimes anybody who has the bed overhead knows that it's often wasted space and it's hard to get to stuff. So this was a really nice addition to this RV. And in here, I just have even more food stuff. I've been buying a lot in bulk because I have been sitting too long. So I have my quinoa flours and my buckwheat groats and stuff like that. I have my cookbooks in there. I have a couple other office things stored in there. And then over here, another cabinet with more food. I've been buying way too much in bulk. Way too much in bulk. I haven't even touched any of this stuff in months, but I went on a gnocchi kick and I bought like way too much gnocchi. And crackers and things like that. And in here This used to be, I think, like a stereo entertainment center before I bought it, but I have these plastic shelves, this plastic little shelving unit in here. My camera bag and my camera gear goes in here, and a basket with some of my cords. This is just some of the cords that I use regularly to charge. And here I have a giant storage. This is where most of my long-term storage goes. All my backpacking gear is in there. The couple boxes of mementos and pictures and things, you know, that most people have. I only have like 2 boxes of, go in there. I have nothing in storage. When I moved into my RV, I put a car in storage, maybe a couple of things. 6 months down the road, I sold the car and got rid of whatever was in there. I don't even remember. I had some things stored in there, but everything I own is in this RV. No extra storage. And my coffee. So I have a coffee grinder in here. I do prefer to grind my coffee most of the time. And right now, again, just like the other stuff, I've got way too much coffee right now. I've got a lot of coffee, but I'm also getting ready to start traveling back west pretty soon. And because I get packages here really easily, I've been kind of stocking up on things. Another hack. This is something awesome. I have this little bag here with handles on it, and I just put a bungee cord there, and I'm storing all my shopping bags in there. So that's one way I store them. So I have this extension cord. This is what is plugged into my inverter, and this is what I plug everything into. I've got extension cords running for my laptop. The thing is, I've put so many different types of adhesive, Velcro adhesive. I think I've even used super glue, and it keeps falling off. So right now, these things, I love these. I've got 2 different types. I've got these, which are quilt clamps to hang quilts with. And I have these, which I bought at, what is it, tire store? What is it called? Tire store in Canada. I bought these in BC. These are so handy to have around. And the ones I bought in BC, and I'm going to put some, you can buy them on Amazon as well, and they'll be in the link below. And they're just so handy to have around for everything. I use them a lot. And right now, they're holding up this on this ledge up here. Oh, let me show you one other thing I did. I put this privacy curtain up. It came with a privacy curtain that snapped on, but it was just weird. You know, it comes over here and then it goes down. So I installed this rail here, and it's supposed to be installed above, and then it comes with these sliders, and then I just put this curtain here for privacy. I love it. It's much prettier than the privacy curtain. In the winter, though, I do have to use the clamps, and I put blankets over it for insulation to keep everything in the front, all the cold air in the front from coming in here when I'm heating back here. The front is a mess right now. I store my Starlink on my driver's seat when I'm not using it, and I'm not using it right now. I bought an air fryer. My air fryer is up there. And oh yeah, we got thunder. Let me show you Sadie's bed. So a lot of you have been asking me for a very long time, how did I build Sadie's bed up here? Super easy. The biggest thing that you need is this. And again, there will be a link below. You need a bed like this with I don't know how to explain it. With these, you need this. This fits in there and just kind of gives her a nice frame for the bed. Underneath that, I have another bed, and I only have this now, honestly, because I bought it to use outside, but we never do. And then I just put the seat not all the way up because I want her to have plenty of room. And then I have things stored in the foot well. I have a plastic container, you know, one of those file folder plastic containers. I have my bag for all my Winnebago RV manuals and stuff like that, and my jumper cables are up there. So that's all stuffed up there. And then I put the pillow over that to kind of even it out. And then this goes on it, and then this goes on it, and that's how we make her bed. People have been asking me that for years. Also, I have to do a disclaimer, just because it's the nature of life these days. This is what I do. I am not suggesting you do it. I am not saying that you should do this. I'm not saying that it's going to keep your pet safe. You do this at your own risk. People asked me how I make Sadie's bed, so I'm showing you how I make Sadie's bed. Doing so is in no way encouraging you to do the same. Do this at your own risk and at the own risk of your pet. My choice. I also have storage here. This RV for 24 feet has a ton of storage. A lot of Sadie stuff goes up here. I have flashlights up here. I have another kind of miscellaneous junk container up here. My binoculars are up here. I used to keep my shopping bags up here, but honestly, it was just such a mess. So I found some other ways to store my bags. One other thing that came with the RV is these hooks right here. Look how nice those are. And then what I just recently bought, look at that. So they stick to the wall with Velcro, which again, I'm having a hard time sticking to the walls. Maybe it's also because of the condensation, but look at, so, and I'm storing my hats and my gloves in here underneath all of my jackets and stuff. So look at that. They just stick to the wall. Look at it. Nice. Isn't that cool? Can you see it? Look at that. You have to find all these convenient ways to store things because you do have limited space. There's also one down here. Look at, there's another one. And this is just, you know, different paperwork and things like that for things. You can't put anything too bulky under there because if you do, then you're not going to be able to close this all the way. But yeah, look at that. And this, yes, this extender for the for the countertop came with the RV. I love it. Comes in very handy. And my door came with one of those ugly white roller shade things. So I just put a tension rod up here and bought this hippie-like cover. And look at that. And I love it. And this also, because I still have the window valances, I guess they're called, in here. I took all of the blinds out because they broke pretty much immediately. You know, those RV blinds, I restrung them and they were still useless. But I kept the valances in because number one, on this side, I have like a shelf above so I can store shopping bags. Look at that. See? And I left the window treatments on this side too because the sides create a shelf. So again, all I had to do was hang a tension rod and I could take the blinds out and replace them with a curtain. And finally, the best and biggest change I ever made to my RV was tearing out the dinette. It took me a couple years, I think, and putting in this L-shaped couch. I built it myself, mostly using materials from the dinette that I tore out, and I'll put a link to that video below so that you can see how I did it. I built myself this office desk here, and I have a nice comfortable place for Sadie to hang out. I also have these storage cubes underneath which help kind of balance everything out, and I've got 2 storage cubes and I keep big bowls in here and extra, you know, whenever I buy butter in a plastic bowl or whatever, I save those bowls, and I have all of those down here as well. Couch cushions I had custom made. I got them somewhere Oklahoma City, I think. I went to an upholstery shop and had them cut to size. The covers are from Amazon, and again, you're going to be able to find those in the link below. I just painted a little 2x4 and put a little shelf here to help make my office space more functional. And I think that's it. I think I have shown you everything in my RV. All the hacks for storage, all the ways that I have changed my RV to make it more functional, more livable. I mean, I'm not a minimalist, I don't think, even though I live in 190 square feet. There are people who are much more minimalist. Oh, let me show you one more hack. I have this little triangle space here between my chair and the back of Sadie's seat. So I used one of these storage cubes and I made it a triangle. See? So it just bends in the middle here, and I made it a triangle and one of these handy clamps so that it fits in here perfectly. Look at that. It's a triangle and it fits in this little space, so I store shoes in there. A couple shopping bags I think are stored in there. So there you have it, an entire tour of the inside of my Itasca Spirit 24-foot 2005. All of the updates that I have made since I've been living in it for almost 7 years, and all of my storage hacks. Tell me what your favorite storage hack is in the comments below, or if you have any storage hacks in your tiny space that I didn't cover, tell everybody about it in the comments below. If you want more content behind the scenes, or if you just want to help me keep this a full-time job so that I can keep making videos for free, go ahead and check out Patreon. I do post stuff there for free now, and you can join for free. And that link is also in the video description below. Thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot that you've been with me all these years, or if you're new, that you have just decided to join me. And I will see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. I'll see you soon.